So if you look at the cover of your book there, the title of this presentation is How to Stop Lowball Offers. Now we're going to cover some very specific information. Number one is how to stop lowball offers and how to win policy limit awards for the soft tissue spinal injury case. Now, we're going to add to that a couple other topics. Number two is how to defend the pre-existing offer. First of all, the attorneys in here, how many times have you gotten lowball offers? Okay, would you like to know how to stop that? We're going to show you the exact steps of what causes a lowball offer and how you can stop it tonight. You will not have to accept another lowball offer tomorrow once you understand these steps. You're going to see exactly how that's done. In addition to that, we're going to go over how to do the doctor's documentation that's necessary to defend against the pre-existing injury. How many times have you guys had to deal with the insurance adjuster trying to minimize your claim, saying it was all pre-existing? This is a very common scenario. Third one is how the doctor's documentation required to help defend the argument that it's a low property damage, and because it's low property damage, obviously there can't be much wrong, right? How many times have your attorneys heard that from your insurance company? Are these not just standard things you hear routinely, right? Okay. We're going to show you exactly how to defend, how that is defended, the documentation that's necessary to defend it. You're going to know in detail. I'm also going to include the 12 steps to tell the story and build the injury award. Now this is very important because you're really looking at two things. One is the documentation. In other words, you can have good documentation and deliver it wrong, ask for the injury award, whether it's from the adjuster or a jury, and you'll significantly hurt your injury award. You can have bad documentation, and if you put it into this 12-step formula, you're going to significantly help your injury award. And you'll see why specifically as we go through step by step. Now, obviously the goal is to do both. The goal is to have good documentation with the 12 steps to tell the story to build the injury award. That's the goal. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you right now. We're going to go through those steps step by step. In other words, before you walk out here tonight, here's what you're going to know for sure in detail. You're going to know exactly what causes lowball offers with soft tissue spinal injury awards, period. You're going to know exactly what creates policy limit awards, period. You're going to know exactly the documentation that's needed to defend against the pre-existing injury and the exact documentation from the doctor to defend against the low impact injury. And then the last big piece, piece of the puzzle is the 12 steps that logically and sequentially tells the story and builds the injury award. That's what you're going to know in great detail before you walk out of here, okay? So let's go ahead and walk through this. So who's the one that's going to present this to you? That's me. I'm Dr. Paul. You see the bio right here. I've opened 77 offices in 20 states, seeing over 600,000 patient visits a year. We did over $100 million a year. I'm the largest chiropractic provider in the world. Number two, I taught this at 3 chiropractic colleges. I'm a past speaker at 3 chiropractic colleges, and this is some of the material I taught. Number 3, I'm a personal injury instructor to doctors and attorneys. I'm also I do continuing legal education for attorneys and to doctors, mainly chiropractors, mainly focusing on personal injury and the soft tissue spinal injury. Number 3 is I serve as an expert witness. Attorneys also will hire me to help guide their case, to show them what they do have, what they don't have, what they need to get for their case, and then how to put the case together to deliver it mainly for a trial by jury. That's what I do. And the reason is I've never lost a case in court. You're going to see why tonight, why I've never lost a case in court. You're going to know the exact steps of how and why to never lose a case in court. My testimony resulted in the largest verdict in the county. I'm going to use this story as an example periodically because it's a very common soft tissue spinal injury story. But I testified against 2 medical doctors. An emergency, a patient was in an accident. 33-year-old woman was in an auto accident, had back pain. Went to the emergency room, they took x-rays, there was no fracture, no disc bulge. They told her there was nothing wrong, gave her pain pills, muscle relaxers, and sent her on her way. How many times do you see those cases? This is the case I'm talking about right here. How to document this case to maximize the financial injury award. When you don't think there's much there, and you're gonna see that there's quite a bit there. So then after several weeks, a month or two, she went to her general practitioner. Same thing, he takes x-rays. No broken bones, no fractures, nothing wrong with you. Here's pain pills, muscle relaxers. Well, she continues on for several months, still has problems. She contacts an attorney. Her attorney sat through one of my presentations just like this and saw this material. He had never worked with a chiropractor before. He really didn't even know what chiropractors did. He sat through my presentation. He had this case on his desk. He didn't know what to do with it. He sent her to me. We documented everything. What I'm going to show you tonight, we're going to show you exactly how we took that case with no disc, no fracture, no disc bulge, no herniation, no mild concussion, no nerve injury. And we took it from $0 to $110,000 policy limit award. And that was against 2 medical doctors' testimonies saying that she was absolutely normal. I'm going to show you exactly how that's done step by step. I've authored over 10 books now. Most of them are on chiropractic. I've donated over $500,000 to the chiropractic profession. I'm pretty active in my profession. And I'm the only chiropractor to beat the United States government in trial. I was falsely accused by an employee of insurance fraud. So the United States government subpoenaed all of my records for 10 years. I had 4 pallets 10 feet tall of all my records. They had access to over 10 years of records, thousands of patients, over 300 employees. The United States government has a 97% conviction rate. 97% conviction rate. They drug it out over 4 years, wanting me to plead guilty. I said, I'm not guilty, I'm not going. We go through court. I had 17 attorneys. My legal bill was over $100,000 a month. At the end of 4 years, I was not found guilty. I had no fine whatsoever relative to insurance fraud, period. I lost $24 million.